The stock market crashes, banks close, your retirement account vanishes overnight. People panic, entire currencies collapse, and yet some things survive. Somehow, against every odds, they endure. What if everything you thought was safe was actually smoke, and only a few assets truly withstand economic collapse? Today, we uncover the paradox of survival in a world where wealth can evaporate in weeks. Throughout history, economic collapses have repeated themselves. The Great Depression wiped out 90% of stock values. The 2008 financial crisis erased trillions from global markets. Hyperinflation in Zimbabwe made billions worth of cash worthless overnight. Yet, amid chaos, certain assets didn't just survive, they thrived. Precious metals, farmland, art, rare collectibles, and even some cryptocurrencies endured when banks, bonds, and fiat currencies failed. Understanding why some things survive while others go to zero isn't just history, it's a roadmap for the future. Think of an economy as a grand castle of cards. Money, credit, and confidence are stacked carefully. When confidence falters, the cards collapse. But not all cards are equal. Some are built on scarcity, tangibility, and universal trust. For millennia, humans have trusted metal over paper. Gold isn't just shiny, it's finite, portable, and universally recognized. When currencies fail, gold becomes a lifeboat. It's the ultimate insurance policy, a hedge that even collapsing governments cannot erase. Land feeds people and produces value no matter what. A home or a plot of arable land can't vanish in a bank failure. During crises, its value may wobble, but unlike digital assets, it doesn't go to zero. At first glance, paintings or rare coins seem like luxury, not survival tools. But scarcity and cultural value endure. Even in hyperinflation, collectors will pay. Some of the most infamous collapses saw priceless art exchange hands for a fraction of its worth, but it always retains intrinsic historical value. Bitcoin and other limited supply cryptos behave like digital gold. Unlike fiat, they cannot be printed endlessly. They're volatile, yes, but designed to survive centralized failures, censorship, or banking collapse. Perhaps the most overlooked asset. In every crisis, those with practical skills, trade knowledge, or specialized expertise find leverage. Unlike money, skills can never be devalued by inflation. Contrast that with what goes to zero. Fiat money, bank deposits in failed institutions, unbacked securities, and speculative bubbles. When the system breaks, their value disappears almost instantly. Picture this: 2008, Lehman Brothers collapses. Overnight, millions of Americans lose access to retirement accounts. Stocks crash 50 to 70% in weeks. Cash in some banks feels safe, but governments freeze accounts. Bonds, once risk-free, plunge in value. Meanwhile, a few who held gold, land, or even sought out niche collectibles not just survive, they gain leverage in the aftermath. Or 1923 Germany, hyperinflation. People carry wheelbarrows of cash to buy bread, but land, gold, and barterable goods, tools, food, livestock retain purchasing power. The same pattern repeats every crisis. The system punishes those dependent on fragile financial instruments, and yet it rewards tangible, scarce, and trusted assets. Today, the lesson is clear. The global economy is fragile, interconnected, and debt-saturated. Digital payments, fiat currency, and conventional investments are exposed to systemic risk. A single geopolitical shock, banking collapse, or hyperinflation could wipe out safe paper wealth overnight. But gold, land, certain collectibles, cryptocurrencies, and knowledge continue to provide resilience. They are the quiet survivors in a world obsessed with growth and leverage. Understanding this isn't just historical curiosity, it's survival strategy. Economic collapses aren't a question of if, but when. The terrifying truth is most financial instruments are designed to fail under pressure. Only assets rooted in scarcity, utility, or trust endure. So, what will you hold when everything else goes to zero? Gold? Land? Skills? Or will you be left holding a worthless IOU?